Andrew Grady had some strong words for competitor Landon Huffman after he spun off of his nose with about 60 laps to go in the Cars Tour race at Hickory and ended his night early. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. Let's get into this. Let's listen to what Andrew Grady had to say to Jacqueline Drake after exiting the race here. Let's take a listen.
Talking a little bit about it, but for the viewers, what happened there with Landon and you?
In the words of Denny Hamlin, Landon Huffman's a hack. It's no wonder he lost his ride with the 22. I mean, man, we're 60 laps in, running 12th, 10th, whatever the hell it was. He just never turned me loose. So now, brand new race car's killed, and he's still racing, but it's all good. I'll catch him after the race.
So there you go. Sounds like he is going to confront Landon Huffman after the race. Potential fight on happening here at the end of the Hickory race at the Car Store race at Hickory. We'll see if that happens. I will definitely be looking to see if that happens. Grady is no stranger to getting into fights. We've got this here. If you recall, this was from the Valley Star Credit Union 300 at Martinsville. Just a couple of years ago, where he attacked Davey Callahan after the race. Let's take a look here. You can see that's Grady there punching Callahan, who's inside the car, has his helmet on, kicks the car, not really doing any damage, very upset. Callahan was able to qualify for the race. Grady did not, spun off of the nose of Davey Callahan. I think on like one of the final turn, if I remember correctly. But here's exactly what happened. Here's the replay from Flow Racing, what happened tonight at Hickory. Let's take a look at this here. You can see Grady there in the 1 car, Huffman in the 37. I don't know, looks like a racing deal to me. Let's take another look at this again. You can see Mason Diaz is there on the inside. He's passing Grady. It looks like I think Grady might have checked up there because Diaz was coming up and Huffman was not ready for it. Gets into the rear of him, hits him, and sends him. I think that's just a racing deal. You can see Quaffle gets into the back of Huffman too. I think they definitely checked up there. I think it's just a racing deal. Let's take a look at it again. You see Diaz is pushing him up. He pushes him up right there a little bit. I think Grady has to check up. Huffman isn't expecting that. Gets into the rear of him, and you'll see Quaffle get into the rear of Huffman there too. Obviously, Huffman had to slow up once he got into Grady. I think it's just a racing deal. I don't really think anyone's to blame there. Grady was holding them up for a number of laps. Connor Zilich got around him. Mason Diaz was working on getting around him. Obviously, just got around him right there. But I think that was just a racing deal. I think you watch the replay. I don't really think you can blame Landon Huffman on that. But he was also really upset. He was very upset at Landon Huffman. Not only did he threaten to fight him, call him a hack, but he threw, I think it's his Hans device he's got in his hand here. Throws his Hans device at him here. You can see it looks like a track official trying to talk him down out of it. He's not having any of it. Sees Huffman. Just throws it right there. And then obviously got some words. He's cussing. And then Quaffle runs over it. You see Quaffle runs over it. He had to go to the pits for that. We'll see what happens. I expect that Grady will probably have penalties for this. If I remember correctly, last year, Cars Tour penalized Connor Jones for a similar incident where he threw his Hans device. I forget who it was he threw it at, but threw it at a driver. So I'll expect that there will be penalties for Andrew Grady. Could be even more significant penalties if he does indeed physically confront Landon Huffman after the race. As like I said, I don't think that it was Huffman's fault. I think it was just a racing incident. But let me know what you guys make of this. Am I completely off the mark? What do you make of it? Do you think Landon Huffman is to blame? Do you agree with Andrew Grady that Huffman is a hack? Or do you agree with me? Is it just a racing incident? Or do you have a totally different opinion? Let me know in the comments below.